guys, it's Kelly Ann and welcome to another Flossy Friday. I'm going to try to move as little as possible in this video. My computer is still being an asshole and I just don't like filming on my phone. So I'm going to try and make this work, but it keeps on dropping frames. I don't know why. I think my computer might just be getting up there in age. My voice is going to sound on and off really awful, and that's because I taught 2 classes today, which I know some of you are probably teachers and do that every day, teach for 8 hours straight. I used to be able to talk for 12 hours and 10-hour shifts and it not affect me, but whenever you don't do it very often, it kind of affects you. But love my classes, had a great day. My throat just kind of wants to die. So I have some water with me. I don't have any haul. I don't have much to talk about. I lied and did not update my blog this weekend, but I will be this weekend. I have to. I miss doing it. I want to do it. But this weekend I decided to paint my kitchen at random. So kind of at random, kind of not at random. I've been planning it. I've been picking out colors. I've been talking to people about it. But actually doing it was kind of at random. Also, this weekend was really fun. Talked to Tiffany literally for almost 6 hours on the phone / FaceTime Friday night last week. Which was crazy. And then Saturday night, she actually was able to come up to my house and hang out. And not this weekend, but the next weekend, we're going to be stitching all day on Saturday. It's going to be a lot of fun. We're both going to be starting Blackbird Design Strawberry Fields next weekend, and I'm really excited about that. She'll probably get to start hers in the daytime, and I might not get to start mine until the nighttime because I might want to buy some new threads. Maybe I can get started. There is a couple of threads that I know that I have that I want to use in it, but yes. Okay, so this week I have a finish. It's not an FFO, but it's a finish, so that's exciting. But then I also started something new. So my whip count went back up to 40. Also, I've been destashing like patterns and stuff in my Dyed Panda group first. But I have taken down everything that wasn't claimed. And I did a poll on my Instagram if y'all would prefer to see a Facebook, or not a Facebook Live. Oh my God. If you would want to see a sale on Instagram or YouTube, and overwhelmingly the answer was Instagram. So I personally do not feel like flooding my feed with pictures. So I think I'm going to do an Instagram live sale this weekend, and I will be posting more information about that on my Instagram in the upcoming days. Yes. So it's going to be the charts and some of the kits that have been unclaimed, possibly some of my whips that I just don't want to finish. I want them out of my life, out of my whip log. I want them gone. Okay. I think that's about it. So, be watching my Instagram for more information on a destash live on Instagram. And basically, how I'm going to run that, and I will put all this information on Instagram. But basically, how I'm going to run it is the first comment that I see that comes in on my end, saying me, please. I'm going to write that person's name down for the item, for the price that I have lit for it. And whenever the whole thing is done, or whatever I'm going to be doing for this one, whenever it's all done, I will put things in people's piles, and I will DM you on Instagram. So I'm going to write down your Instagram handle, obviously, because that's going to be what's next to your Me Please comment. I'm going to write down your Instagram handle. I'm going to DM you with everything that I have claimed for you with the prices, and I'm going to need a real name, an address, and an email address, your PayPal email, and I'll figure out shipping and all that, and we will start rolling out PayPal requests for your orders, and I will be able to package everything to take it to the post office Monday, Tuesday at the latest. Okay, so let's actually talk about what I worked on. So last weekend, I started something really special, and a lot of people actually have been asking me if I dyed this. I did not. Last summer, whenever this pattern came out, and we all swooned and bought it, Michelle Garrett, Bindi Stitchy, actually did this pattern first, and somebody had gifted her a chunk of this fabric, a piece of this fabric. It's 32 count linen, and it's on Etsy, Barbarelle Creations, and it's in the color rainbow. Somebody gifted her this piece of linen, and she knew that I was going to do this pattern too, and it turned out amazing on this, and so she actually gifted me half of it so that way I could do this pattern on it as well. I've had the fabric and the pattern kitted up in a Ziploc bag in my box of things to start for a long time. So I've been wanting to start it, but I couldn't pull all the colors, and I still couldn't pull all the colors out for this. So I'm only going to be able to get so far on this right now, but I wanted to start it so bad, so I did. This is the Michael Powell Cappa di Fiori, which was it's a $10 digital download. It's still on Casa Sina, it was a website, and it was for a fundraiser for the earthquakes in Italy, and a ton of money was raised. There was like 10 to 15 designers that did special pieces. I also got the Mirabilia that was done for it. It'll happen at some point, I am assuming. And I also got another one. I don't know the name of the designer. They're either French or Italian, and it's really cute. I showed it back in the summer. It's a really cute pattern. I just have to actually do it. I'm sorry. I am so tired. Okay, so I'm just going to stop talking. I'm going to show you. I have finished all of the green, and I've finished a couple, I finished two, two. I finished two of the blends for part of the buildings and part of the sky, and I'm working on another color right now, but I am working on this as color completing only because I only have so many colors, and so that is it so far. I am in love. Did anybody else just see that orb? Leave this and go that way, because I did. I'm just going to assume that it's either my mom or Gizmo and just say hello. If you don't believe in that and that just freaked you out, I apologize. Okay, so anyways, this fabric is everything. But this pattern literally is going to end around right here, and it stops about right up here. So I don't know if Michelle did this or not, because she sent hers off to be professionally framed. I'm probably going to do mine myself. And so this is a lot on the top and bottom for extra. And I think I'm gonna either do, like, I'll be able to do like one or two like little small things, maybe one or two like other little small Michael Powells, or I don't know, but it's exciting. But this fabric, obviously, it's super beautiful. If you haven't seen hers, you need to go check out her Instagram. I will link her below, and if I can find the video of where this was finished and framed, I will link that video, but if I can't, I won't. Okay, I'll just link her channel and you can go find it. But all joking aside, this is beautiful fabric. The Barbaro Creations Etsy, they have really gorgeous fabric. And in some stuff, they have it in opalescent and not. And in some colors, they have it in different sizes, not all 32 count. But this one, I believe, only comes in 32 count linen. But yeah, this is also almost as wide as this is. Like, this is about how wide it is. So, like, there's even, like, oh, this fabric is so gorgeous. Like, I want to order more of it. I know that I didn't order this. This was a gift. But I want to order some of it, is what I mean. Anyways, this is Michael Powell, Cappella di Fiori. I will, if I remember, I will put a link to where you can go to buy this online. And if I remember, I will put a link to Barbaro Creations on Etsy. And also, you know, once I finally do the blog, everything that I've been saying that I will be listing very soon. It will happen this weekend because I also have to work on the Quilt Guild website. So I'll be on my actual computer for a while this weekend. Okay, so another thing, I finished something. So I finished Jolly Santa by the Frosted Pumpkin. This was originally released in a magazine, which I no longer have. I don't know. I Xeroxed to make a working copy. I either have it and just don't know where it is, or I gave it to somebody else because I had already made a working copy and already started this, so I didn't care. But you actually can get this pattern on their website now, but it was originally released as a magazine exclusive, and it matches the Sleepy Hollow pattern, and they're supposed to have an alphabet. They're supposed to be samplers, but y'all know, if you've been here a hot minute, that I am very picky about samplers. I just get kind of tired of the alphabet stuff. Like, if it's gonna be about an alphabet, I want it to legit be about an alphabet. I don't know. I'm weird. It's fine. But he's been finished for a while, and so I cut this fat eighth in half. And since I made them so small, because if you positioned this on this half, because this is Pictures Plus Haunted, I believe it's 16 count. Ada, I bought the kit for this, and if you positioned it on your fabric on half of it, you could get 2 of the full patterns. But since I only did small ones, I was able to do the Santa accompaniment on the bottom half of this half of the fabric. And the other half is the Haunted that I tea-dyed and showed like 2 weeks ago. So anyways, he's done. The way that I want to finish this, I kind of want to have like a double-sided thing. So I'm going to look this year. I know they do them a lot around like Thanksgiving and like fall, because you can like turn them and they'll say different things for fall, and then you can flip it for Thanksgiving. So I'm going to kind of look for like one of those pedestal things with like the blocks on top that I can either paint it or leave it as is and somehow mount these on each side. So that way, two birds, one stone kind of thing. So that's that. I have been taking that to work for the longest time with wanting to finish it, but I had so much white left that I just couldn't stand it. So it took me forever. And I finally, the other day, was looking at the fact that out of all of my whips, I only have 10% of them finished. And that kind of pissed me off at myself. And I know, like, I have finished things. I know that this year now I've finished like 5 or 6 things. I totally get that. And I FFO'd a ton of stuff that had been finished. I get it. But this is year of whips, and I literally just keep starting things. And I have yet to finish one of those. Like this one, I'm going to have to find the colors in other things because they just aren't in my available box. The Lizzie Kate, I'm so close to finishing. The Laundry Co., I'm so close to finishing. I honestly, once I get this to where it's good, I just need to do those before I start anything else. There is something that I do want to start. It's bad. So I've been trying to make this agreement with myself. One, in the D-stash, there are a couple of patterns that I for sure want to get rid of. I want to take them off my list. I don't want them to count anymore. I don't want them. Somebody else wants to love them and finish them or burn it. I don't give a shit. You want to buy it to burn it? Whatever. You want to buy it to finish it? Cool. I just want it out of my house. There are some that I still very much love and I really want to finish, and I like envision how I want them finished. I'm going to keep those. And there are a few that aren't very far along, and the fabric is bomb.com. So I might just pick it out so that way I still have the fabric for something else. So I have a lot of ideas and options in my head. So we'll see what happens. But I kind of, once that was finished, got excited to bring a whip to work again. It's something that I used to do, and I used to work on my lunch breaks and eat at my desk, which I do anyways, but I literally would just eat and just like sit and stare off into space. But I used to bring a whip and work on it at lunch, but I would sometimes bring too big of a whip, stuff with too many colors, and by the time you got everything out and got it all sorted, most of your lunch was gone. So I'm trying to bring, maybe not necessarily small pieces like this guy, but pieces that have less colors, or will be just like maybe not less colors, but like big blocks of color. I was doing really great progress whenever I was taking like Satsuma streets. Tons of color, but big blocks of them. So that's kind of what I decided that I was going to do. And so I took this yesterday, and I worked on it yesterday and today. And yesterday I finished filling in a chunk of black, and this is kind of super confetti heavy, but it's only 7 colors, so it's not that bad. So yesterday I finished a giant chunk of black right here. I had like a massive hole where I was doing the black, and today, I don't know if you can really see it, but I started putting in some gray because the section that I'm working on, the second most heavily stitched color is the gray that I'm using. So that's what I'm working on. And this is, if you can't tell by just this, this is the Buzzbee Designs Plague Doctor, also on Etsy. Again, if I remember, I will link it. But this is what he looks like. I am... Dang it. It is so hard to get this thing in a hoop, and I just desprung my hoop. All right, so that's where I'm at on this. So I have a point of reference because one complaint that I have about this pattern, and it's not a big one, and it's not a big deal, but it is a small, just like, you get kind of used to having it, so it's kind of obnoxious. But like one side of the pattern will have like those like 2 to 3 rows of like overlap. This has no overlap. I spilled something on that. But like, you know, like something will be grayed out to know that there's overlap or whatever. So whenever I was starting the center, I went ahead and on the other page did a line. So that way I would have a point of reference for the other half of the pattern. So the called for colors are black, gray, and like gray-based purples. And most of them were not available in my box. So I went with gray-based browns. And I really like it on this fabric. I think it looks really good. I don't think the purples would have as much on this fabric. So I'm really happy with this. So there's part of his eye. So I really enjoy working on this. And I've been wanting to get him out, but at the same time, like, all the crazy colors have been calling to me for, like, stuff that I'm working on at home. So whenever I finally finished the dang Santa, I figured 7 colors, that'll be easier to control at work. So I grabbed this yesterday from my whip pile and put a highlighter, a pair of scissors, and a spring hoop in it and took it with me to work. And I haven't made a ton of progress. It is confetti heavy in the parts that I've been working on the last 2 days. So I'm not getting too many stitches in, but the thing is I'm making progress on it, and slowly but surely. And so this is going to be my lunch working piece, and then I'll have my home working pieces, which are going to be my more bigger, elaborate, color heavy stuff, and also my things on like linen and stuff that I'm doing because I have better lighting at home than at work. But otherwise, he may come out to being a night piece at some point in the future, only because I really, really, really like this, and I get more stitching time at home, so I get better progress faster. So it's just gonna kind of depend. Anyways, I will see y'all next week. Thanks for joining me. And yeah, back to stitching. And also I need to eat. I am so hungry. I will see y'all next time. Bye, guys.